Hey, what's going on everyone? Welcome back to another Ice Cream Sunday. My name is Parky, and today we're going to be talking about the Outriders demo. A lot of the reviews for this game have been black or white. Some people love it, some people hate it. Seems to be pretty mixed overall. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the good, the bad, and I would love to know, have you played the demo? Are you interested in this game? Are you one of the people that like it? Are you one of the people that don't like it? Well, let's jump into it. There's something about how fast-paced the combat is, running around exploding people with your shotgun Gears of War style, see people's heads pop like a piñata with a well-placed sniper shot, running and ducking from cover to cover, hip-firing your assault rifle with good accuracy, all while weaving in your class's abilities. It all adds up to make for an addicting gameplay experience. It feels like The Division, but crank up the violence and the pace of combat. So why are the reviews on the Outriders demo so polarized? While the gameplay is great, there are things about this game that need work. Let's take it from the top and start with the writing.
You know, I grew up a slumdog, fighting for scraps. Lost everyone, really, long before the end. Doomsday just wasn't a thing I worried about. Hell, I was never gonna live past 20 anyway. Somehow, I was one of the ones who made it.
Boy, the writing is so cringy at times. They try to make some scenes feel emotional. They want you to feel the anguish for the characters, but it doesn't come off how the developers intended. The dialogue feels forced, which makes the whole scene feel uncomfortable and a total cringe fest. Even with the cringe writing, I find most of the characters still interesting enough. I want to learn more about them. I want to learn about what the hell happened to humanity and why they're killing each other again on this new planet they just got on, and how this whole story wraps up. The level design is some of the most linear designs I've seen in any game. With only allowed access to a few zones in the demo, I really hope this trend doesn't progress all the way through the entire game, because I think the campaign is supposed to be about 25 to 30 hours. It's going to be even longer if you choose to do all the side quests. The way it works is you enter a level and you really just move straight, killing all the enemies, and then you enter the second zone of that level, you kill the boss, and then after you kill the boss, you get a little teleport marker that you just teleport out. And that exact same design is for the side quests too. And man, if the game does repeat that trend of just moving straight, killing everything, go to the second zone, kill the boss and teleport out, even with the phenomenal gameplay, I can see it getting pretty old pretty quick. I'm going to throw the map up here on screen so you can see it, but the way it works is the main quest has its main branch that progresses through the world, and then there are like little side branches that come off that one main quest line branch, and that's when you can go off and you'll get side quests. You just talk to NPCs and they'll say, oh, go kill this captain, avenge my squad, and then you just run in a straight line, kill everything, and kill the captain. Everything pretty much plays the same. I've noticed from the side quests to the main quest here in the demo, which kind of concerns me if I'm being honest. I don't really have anything good to say here on the level design. I mean, the graphics are nice and the art style is pretty dope. I'm a big fan of how the weapons and armor look. The world looks well crafted, but just the design of the levels, man, they're just really linear and they fall flat. But this is a demo, so we'll see how it goes. Maybe it'll get better, but I'm not gonna hold my breath for that. And did anyone else have a hard time getting the cover system to work? Sometimes sticky on a cover doesn't feel very responsive. Sometimes I'd be smashing the spacebar key to try to get in cover. My character would just stand there or roll into the wall instead. You almost have to be in a certain sweet spot, like a specific zone for your character to put his back against the wall. With this being a demo, there's still time for them to tune the wonky cover system, and who knows, maybe the level design will be more varied in the later levels, but like I said, I'm really not going to hold my breath for that. I guess it's a good thing I have experience playing 14 years of World of Warcraft, and then I've played Division 1 and 2 and Destiny. Replaying the same content over and over again is my specialty. Now on to some things that I like. As I mentioned, the combat in this game is very enjoyable. If you played the Division games, then you'll have a sense of how this game's combat feels. You literally just take that gameplay from The Division, but you want to crank up the violence and crank up the speed of combat. I absolutely love running around with my shotgun, making enemies explode and using my Pyromancer abilities to burn everyone. Just the visual feedback, it feels so satisfying to get kills in this game. Another thing that I really enjoy in this game is the looting system. Even at low levels, such as level 3, the loot still feels meaningful. You get weapons and gear that synergizes with your character's abilities even at these low levels, giving you various buffs like lighting enemies on fire, armor penetration, freezing enemies, life leech, and just so much more. I'm not going to bother listing everything off here. Heck, I'm sure I haven't even seen everything yet. When you're browsing through the skill tree, you'll see how these things affect your character's damage output, which that leads us on to our next topic, the skill tree. I absolutely love skill trees in the game. Back when I had a super big World of Warcraft addiction playing Burning Crusade and Wrath of the Lich King, that was one of my favorite parts, was just having that skill tree. Every level you get a skill point, you pop it into the skill tree. It gives you a sense of progression every level, gives you a sense of like power every level. And on top of that too, it's just fun to make those crazy wacky builds, even if they're not the most meta build or, you know, top damage. You can always do something fun or just kind of something off the wall or crazy. And that's what playing games is all about, man. We're just there to have a good time. We don't necessarily have to be meta slaves or do the best thing constantly. We ain't trying to keep up with the Joneses. But with that, the skill tree, it is kind of shallow on its customization. A lot of the abilities are just like 10% more health or 8% more weapon damage. Nothing too crazy there. There are a few abilities sprinkled in there in the skill tree that add a little spice, but at the end of the day, it's kind of a shallow skill tree. I'm just happy to see it. Hopefully we see a comeback in video games of skill trees. I'm a massive fan of these, especially when they're implemented properly. So there are a total of 4 classes to play. I tried the Technomancer first and then the Pyromancer. I haven't tried the other 2 classes though. It's the Devastator and I actually forget the name of the 4th class, but I'll have it up here on screen for y'all to check out. The Technomancer was okay. That's more of a range, stay in the back kind of class. You want to use like gun turrets and all that. It was fun, but I had way more of an enjoyable time using the Pyromancer. I was literally just running around with my shotgun, exploding enemies and lighting everyone on fire. Just the amount of carnage and destruction and like the fast-paced adrenaline gameplay from that, it was incredible, man. It almost reminded me of Gears of War. I'm a huge Gears fan, and you know, I always run around with the Nasher shotgun just exploding people, and I kind of got those same vibes from playing this game, except I was summoning flame walls at people. The class design, speaking in the lower levels, it was great. The abilities feel impactful and responsive. They look cool and they're super fun to use, and it's just a nice compliment to have to go along with the gameplay. It makes me really excited to see how crazy things get at max level when you're rocking all your exotic gear, maxed out skilled tree, and blasting your high level skills. I think it's going to be pretty dope because it's already pretty dope here in the low levels. So yes, Outriders won't be the next massive trend coming. Outriders won't be the perfect looter shooter with a riveting story. And yes, Outriders has its issues, but I'm still looking forward to this title. The way I see it is, it's a looter shooter. You play these games to grind loot, gain power, and repeat the same content over and over. That's just the nature of the beast, and quite frankly, I'm okay with that. I think Outriders will be a fun looter shooter even with its problems, and I plan to see how this game is at launch. I think the gameplay outweighs all the negatives based on what they have shown us in the demo, but I might update my opinion after I get my hands on the full game and sink 20 or 30 hours into it and experience the full breadth of the game. I guess my personal biggest concern is how repetitive are these levels going to be? Because if it's literally just going to be run in a straight line and kill everything, then go to the second zone and kill the boss, I'm going to be kind of pissed, man, because they have a really good foundation for a great game here. And if they piss it off with just some crappy level design like that, Parky's not going to be very happy. Well, that's pretty much all I have to ramble on for this video. My name is Parky. If you enjoyed it, leave a like and don't forget to subscribe as well. Tell me what you think about Outriders. I'm curious about the community's thoughts on the game. I want to have a discussion with you down in the comment section below. All right, boys, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.